This overview that we are going to present today, you can read through each of the slokas and the explanations by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. But this presents a companionship not merely for social convenience, but it is actually a transformative practice actually that reveals our external connection, and also it reveals our connection to the divine in this manner. So with that, let us take our first sloka of the day, and we will let us showcase in terms of where Krishna is saying that he is the ultimate well-wisher for us. So for that, we'll take this sloka. This is sloka number chapter 8, sloka number 18, sorry, chapter 9, sloka number 18. And I'll request one volunteer. I'll just read the sloka like every time, and I'll just request one volunteer to kind of read the purport which I'm going to project as part of this. So let me just first read the sloka. Gatir Varta Prabhur Shakti Nivasha Saranam Shruhit Pravava Pralaya Sthanam Nidanam Vijanam Bija Avyayam. Okay, so any of you can raise your hand and currently can you please read the sloka? Sorry, the translation. Once you raise your hand, yes, Govinda Prabhu, please read the translation. You can unmute and read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna to all. Translation: I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, witness, the award, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the and annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place and the eternal seat. Hare.
So see, in this sloka, Krishna mentions to Arjuna and through that to every one of us that he is the most dear friend. We are quoting this sloka for the reason that we are going to discuss now, which is, where is our presentation? Yeah. Okay. So real friendship doesn't need us in terms of arriving with certain terms and conditions. So our vulnerability in terms of, we are vulnerable in terms of uh, our social situation or our mental situation, but that isn't a crack in the friendship. Is getting established here because Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge of, is really like in the movies we have seen so many times people taking oath on top of Bhagavad Gita in court, or now in court it is a practice also, right? So this is not by imagination actually, because whatever the book of knowledge has, and it is bipartisan, right? It is not dividing society, it is not for a specific type of religion also, because the things, friendship, the whole matter of friendship, love in friendship, or friendship in love, or love with or without friendship, all these are social matters. Is it sectarian, like one particular kind of followers of a particular faith only has this kind of facing this kind of problems or issues or challenges? No. So that is why Bhagavad Gita is a non-sectarian book of knowledge, and this is read, this is the mostly read by all practitioners of life who are who want to have a beautiful life and peaceful life. So as a next step, I have also prepared a checklist, right? Not I have not prepared, sorry. So the checklist was already there in Bhagavad Gita. I just put it here, and as with every day, like I'll be sharing the deck. So not to worry, just concentrate session so that you can ask also specific questions after the session, and also the crowd quiz will be there. So so I have just put together in terms of what Bhagavad Gita says about the traits, the checklist, the when we are making friendship, or to just to find out who is our real friend. Actually, Bhagavad Gita gives a checklist, and this checklist is in. Let's go to that sloka. So let's not waste time talking. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. So this is the checklist, and again, I'm going to read the sloka, and I'll request a volunteer after I read the sloka to read the translation. Okay, so let me read the sloka. This is chapter 12, sloka number 13 and 14 of Bhagavad Gita, the book of knowledge. Now, Maitra Karuna Evacha Nirmamo Nirankahara Sama Dukkha Sukha Kshami Santushta Satatam Jogi Jatatma Drida Nishchaya Mayarpita Mano Buddhir Jomat Bhakta Sama Priya. Very nice sloka, very, very nice. Okay. Just raise your hand. Please raise your hand. And go ahead and read the translation. Any one of you? Anybody? Let's not waste any time. Anyone can raise your hand. Anybody else other than Prabhuji can raise their hand? Okay. Yes, Ayan Mukherjee, please go ahead. Please unmute yourself. Yes, go ahead, please.
Is not a bias, but is a kind friend to all. Himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Who put me on mute? Okay. Hare Krishna, from where I was not audible? Okay, so I need to, after Mataji read, I was not audible, right? Okay, I'll speak again. So, so as we read from this sloka, we can see we can see that that some of the traits of friendship is that envy free. So in this relationship of friendship, either of the friends don't envy each other, and they're humble, they're emotionally very steady. If somebody is down, other person is encouraging. They're tolerant, even if the person is angry for a moment or some time with them. That doesn't ruin the relationship, the friendship. They are content. It doesn't matter like what social status each one of us have in the relationship of a friendship. So we can see that these are uh, these are traits. Now, when we look at our social network, what you will see, and all of us will observe, that things are missing, like how many likes somebody got, how witty they were, how charming are they talking, how likability is there. As per Bhagavad Gita, and we also know these are not really our real friends. Our real friends will show the quality of humility, being steady, tolerant, content, whatever was spoken in this particular sloka. So, so we can see that that Krishna says that for a person to be a well wisher of ours, and that is what it takes to be a friend, right? Without any condition. So they need to possess all these qualities, right? And what I wanted to highlight was the fact that many of the I'll repeat it again, like being witty, social status, likability, charming, all these are not part of this. So, and we can relate, like we will have a friend who talks little, but we have a very long friendship with them. But they, because we know that they, as a character, as a person, they are like that. They talk little, but whenever they talk, they are very funny, or they have some quality by which we interact with them. So so we can understand from here. And uh, and there is actually an example, like in Bhagavad Gita, only in chapter 11, when Krishna showed the Vishwaroop to Arjuna. So Arjuna is shaken, he's terrified, looking at this magnificent huge Vishwaroop, which showing Krishna is the creator of everything, and every creation is happening, and annihilation is also happening, killings are happening, and creations are also happening. So he suddenly remembers that, okay, this is my friend Krishna, with whom I was joking and all these years calling him nicknames, teasing him, and now I come to see this infinite nature of Krishna. So but Krishna once again, uh, you can read in chapter 11, that um, corrects him, actually Arjuna, saying that uh, that see, this you I showed you, and not as a friend. He never demanded formula, any formality, and that is why Krishna showed him that, the Vishwaru. In fact, uh, uh, there is no form, actual form of Krishna, which is the Vishwaru. It is a manifestation. It is to show the strength of Krishna. So the teaching for us in all this is that the checklist for a true friend isn't, they do they treat me with the right amount of respect, right? uh, it is not a checklist. The word respect itself is checked, it is actually checked out in a friendship relationship. both of us in the relationship or in the group as a friend, we are not expecting any respect. And and I can be very natural, unpolished around them, while still holding uh, my goodness in my mind. So real friendship, discussing this, I like to conclude on this part, that real friendship, what Bhagavad Gita mentions, carries ease and depth. We don't have to sacrifice the ease of friendship or the depth of friendship. So ease of friendship means I need not be like politically correct or polished in front of my friend. And depth is I, without saying, without mentioning. And friendship is not about age also. You can have, or we can have friends. I do have personally friends like that, where I, in situations I don't even have to mention, but I see like they know, and by reciprocation of love, they sometimes uh, come up with something which will to show love. So maybe they bring in a uh, bottle of water, or something like that, right? I am not sharing my personal experiences here, because this is on the internet, but you can talk to me and separately, and we can share. But I think I am able to explain the point that the depth is when we don't need to mention or ask for anything, and we don't anticipate also, but we find they know like what we like in those situations or we are in, and they bring in the right kind of help, compassion, love in their actions. That is what Krishna is actually manifesting to. Not only is mentioning, he has mentioned in his words in this locus, but he's actually showing it to Arjuna, and Arjuna is also reciprocating in that manner. Now I'd like to we'd like to move to the point, like, okay, then how is this love? Because many times, uh, whether young, old, we say we love someone. What does love mean in any relationship? So especially in friendship. So let's there is an ancient story, which goes like there was one beautiful woman, and uh, mm, who was getting gazed by a very powerful, strong-willed man of doubtful character. And one day, that person approached this woman, saying that he's in love. But this lady was a very saintly person, and she has no interest in such advances. But she wanted to teach a lesson, or give Suhit again a character, right? That is part of what Krishna mentions, doing, wishing well for others. So he she mentioned to the stranger, this man, that okay, after 7 days, then meet me. So he agreed and was very excited. And during these 7 days, uh, this lady took some medicines, like in like in in earlier times you used to get like laxatives. Laxatives kindly like dwindles your body very quickly, and it kind of how it does is like it creates a lot of vomiting. So if somebody is vomiting all 7 days, or so she took that, and uh, and she stored every bit of this whatever came out of her body into a clay pot. And after 7 days her body was completely transformed into not what is showing in the screen, but a kind of hollow structure. Her skin got blackened, and she was unrecognizable. Next, after 7 days exactly, the man arrived very well dressed, and he didn't recognize, obviously. So he asked this disfigured woman, where was the beautiful lady he was promised. So she told calmly, I am that person. I have simply separated the ingredients of my beauty and stored them in these pots. Here you go and kind of enjoy. and and once the man opened the jar, the smell is unbearable. It was, of course, everything she has uh, vomited and purged, and the very beauty his desire has been chasing now separated from its illusion by looking at that. So, in that moment, the man understood that he never loved her. He had loved a temporary arrangement of flesh and blood that was never going to stay beautiful forever. So, whatever was truly beautiful, which was the soul inside her, that person never noticed that. And this is actually the teaching that the the rejection of love. So it is actually a sign. If somebody is rejecting our love, or we reject somebody's love, it is actually sign redirection. So we should, Bhagavad Gita actually mentions this, that we should stop redirecting our love towards things which will decay in time, and start recognizing the eternal spark which is there in that person we love. That is the only way we can be a better lover. And that is the difference between infatuation and real love. So all of us who have read Bhagavad Gita knows this anecdote. There was a person who was fond of birds, and he one day went to he's a rich man. He went to uh, bazaar, and he bought a parrot, and then he asked that okay, that parrot be put in a golden cage. So somebody built a golden cage and the parrot was put there, and he asked that it should be taken care nicely. Now the people who were taking care of it, they they were serving for some time, but in a month the parrot died. So he called everybody, kya hua, how did my favorite bird die? And then he was investigating what happened, and what he heard shocked him actually. So everybody is saying that they were busy doing something to the golden cage, signing the golden cage, cleaning the golden cage, uh, maintenance of the golden cage, but never cared that much for the parrot inside. So our bodies are this golden cage which will decay in time, but the parrot inside us is the most beautiful one, and that should attract us to that person, because each parrot, each atma which puts this spark within that person, makes the character of that person. We should appreciate that and love that factor, and that is given by Krishna himself, because we are all sparks coming out from Krishna himself. Okay, with that, let's go to the second last question that we'll like to take. Like, are we really loved always, or we have to find love, right? For that, we'll go to two slokas in chapter 18 serially. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Okay. So chapter 18, sloka number 64. Again, I'll recite the sloka and I'll just request one of you to volunteer, raise your hand, and we will read the you will read the translation. Okay, let me recite the sloka. Sarya guhya tamam bhuya shrinu me paranam vacha ishta ashi me dharam iti tato vakshami te hitam. Okay. What does he say? Let's read. Translation. Any of you can volunteer, please? Please raise your hand and unmute yourself. Hare Krishna, please raise your hand and unmute yourself. Okay, Abhishek.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit.
Okay. And the next one also will read, which is, yeah, this one. Okay, let us read this one as well. Manmana bhava madbhakto jaji mam namaskuru mam eva vashi satyam te pratijane prayo ashime. Yes, any one of you can read this purport. Sorry, the translation, please. Please be quick. Raise your hand, unmute yourself, and read the translation. Okay, Ankita Mataji, go ahead.
Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
Okay, so see, Krishna is promising here the friendship that we want to do, or we are already into that friendship. So we should be confident that we are already loved. We are already loved. So we don't have to go and look for love, because everything in this material world, if we look for love, it is not true love. It is distorted because of the reasons that we just discussed, of what Krishna is mentioning, what true love should be. So not generally what happens is, in any relationship you build the relationship and then love comes, but Krishna is mentioning to all of us, because He is saying that I am your dear friend. He is announcing, he's extending his hand. So we must notice that Krishna is not saying here that, okay, you become worthy, then only I will love you. He says, you are already dear to me. And because of that pre existing love, he shares the deepest wisdom and knowledge with us. So, just to give an example, that a fish, when it is taken out of water and placed anywhere else, let's say a palace, a garden, right? On top of a most comfortable cushion that somebody can buy, uh, will it be peaceful? It will die. No matter how many comforts we surround the fish, it will keep struggling because it has been separated from the one thing that actually satisfies it, which is the water, its original home. So we are like that fish out of the water. We are wanting love, but we are confused, flabbergasted in terms of where, which place. So all our chasing after love in the wrong places. So we are somebody is chasing love to get some achievements in life. Somebody is chasing love in approvals. Everything that they do, everybody should clap and approve. Yes, बढ़िया किया, बहुत. Otherwise they get offended. They don't feel love. So it is like trying to make the fish comfortable uh, out of water, but putting in different locations. So we must look for love in the right location. So we are, we should not be on the quest to become loved, because Krishna mentions here, we should be on the quest to remember that we are already loved. And we should stop looking for the love, for that love in places that was never going to give us in our whole life. That is our confusion. So that is what is getting mentioned. With that, we'll conclude today's session. But today's session will never be concluded without the very famous sloka, which is mentioned here, 5.29. And out of all the slokas that we did, this one is the most impactful. And let us read this sloka, and then one of you can read the translation. So okay, so let me read. Bhuktaram Jagatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Shruhidam Sarvabhutanam Gyatamam Shantim Vrichati. Yes, anybody? Translation? Translation. Please raise your hand at the translation, please. Okay. We are not going to test your reading skills, so don't worry. Anybody who has not read earlier can read. Yeah, Jai Shri Mataji.
Hare Krishna, yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
A person who understands the benefactor and well wishers of all living entities attains peace from the pangs of material miseries.
Fantastic. Thank you. Probably take a printout and put it someplace where we see every day. Shruhridam Sarva Bhutanam. So Krishna is mentioning he is well wisher Sarva Bhutanam, everybody, all jivas, not only human beings, every jiva, he is Shruhridam. He is a well wisher. So whatever is good. So if we are not getting approvals from Krishna for things that we want to happen, we should understand it is not for us. We think it is good for us. Krishna does not agree. That's why. But in this relationship, it will only happen if we ask Krishna. If we don't ask Krishna, then like a robber or a thief, he is also desiring चोरी करना है, डाका डालना है, चलो ठीक है, ओके जाओ चोरी करो, डाका डालो. Because he has not asked Krishna, should I go today, rob? Then Krishna would have reciprocated, Shruhidam, I am your relation. No, you should not. I should not make arrangements. Otherwise, whatever we desire, Krishna is here as Param sitting. Whatever we desire, he will fulfill. That is the contract of taking birth in this place that we have. And if somebody understands this, Shruhidam Sarva Bhutanam, and practices this, then there is nothing to worry. Santim Richati, all peace, all calm. किसी को भी पूछेंगे, so everybody says, okay, we are looking for Shanti. Any average person, whether spiritual, not spiritual, devotional, not devotional, आपको क्या चाहिए? शांति चाहिए हमको थोड़ा. But they're looking for Shanti in wrong places, or all of us, or many of us are looking for Shanti in wrong places. Krishna mentions here, Shruhidam Sarva Bhutanam. Once we recognize and we keep on asking, okay, Krishna, should I do this? You have already told that you are my friend, so I'm asking now. And because you are well-wisher, Sarva Bhutanam, there is no terms and condition. If I have not asked ever in my life or recognized you ever in my life, doesn't matter. After today's session, once I am knowing for the first time, next thing, whatever I do, I will ask. And for asking, I don't have to go anywhere. I have to just meditate and on Krishna and ask my question. Then immediately I will get reciprocation. Shantim Richati. My probability of doing mistakes in life, taking a correct decision in life, doing mistakes in life goes down, taking correct decisions goes up. Isn't that such a nice situation? हम लोग इतना कुछ try करते हैं, we keep on trying so many things, right? What's the harm in trying? And when a warrior like Arjuna and others also, not only Arjuna, like we know, like the biggest, like one of the famous persons which comes to mind, Dr. Abdul Kalam Azad, our previous ex-president, right? And also ISRO president. He used to read Bhagavad Gita, right? So thank you for your time.